A new generation of US Cold Warriors just got some powerful validation. Load ErrorBlinken, who delivered a tough US message to China in dust-up talks in Alaska in March, was putting colloquial meat on the bones of President Joe Biden's recent warnings that democracy is under threat, and not only from illiberal trends in the West. The concept of a new Cold War between the US and China is hardening into conventional wisdom in Washington. One critique, however, is that the original version was an ideological clash between the capitalists of the West and the communists of the Soviet bloc. The US and China are locked in a more classic duel between a rising power and a declining one. Though Blinken certainly seems to see an ideological component. But whether Beijing is interested in, or capable of, waging a global battle against democracy is another question. Is Xi's use of populist nationalism primarily designed to maintain support for an autocratic ruling party, or is it the authentic expression of a globally ambitious Chinese foreign policy? Either way, policymaking in Washington and nascent US political campaigns, from economics to infrastructure and from defense improving the social safety net, is increasingly formulated through a lens of inevitable confrontation with China. From here, at least, it's getting harder to argue that the Cold War analogy misses the mark. American disasters often turn into global tragedies. Israel has sent a delegation to help map the disaster site and to help Florida's Jewish community to identify victims and survivors. At least 20 people associated with one local synagogue are believed to be missing as relatives cling to hope that survivors can be brought out of the pile of crushed masonry alive, even several days after the disaster. The only thing that helps in these times is kindness and empathy and togetherness, because you can't take away the reality, Rabbi Sholem Lipsker told CNN's Wolf Blitzer. Canada meanwhile believes at least 4 citizens are missing. Many Canadians own property in Florida and thousands of snowbirds fly south each year to escape harsh northern winters. The exodus has been interrupted this year, however, by COVID-19 border closures. Mike Gravel, a former U.S. Senator from Alaska who died aged 91, had a rich political career. One highlight was his decision to read the Pentagon Papers, a damning secret history of the Vietnam War, into the congressional record after newspapers were banned from publishing them. But his most unique contribution to American political history might have been some of the strangest campaign ads of all time.